Good morning, welcome back to Louisville, to the zombie apocalypse, and our little adventure here, with the current goal, building our garage out of knotwood. Now, last episode, we spent a lot of time driving around, testing out what is the most efficient way to get steel rods from salvage, and came to the conclusion it's probably going to be wrecked cars, dismantling those. So naturally, in today's episode, we're not going to do any of that, because between episodes, I've looked at the Project Zomboid wiki and to see if there's anything else with steel rods that I'm missing. And turns out there is actually a recipe to forge steel rods from steel bars. That recipe is only available in the advanced forge. We only have a forge, not an advanced, not a basic, like a medium forge, I don't know, a forge. Anyway, in order to build the advanced forge, we're gonna need bellows, or rather advanced bellows, big bellows, and they need medium leather. Now somebody might say, hey, hold on a second, don't you have two perfectly fine pieces of medium leather running around in your base? And how dare you? How dare you? They're part of the family. We're not gonna kill our sheep. He says while driving over a rabbit. Anyway, so I'm heading out to the outskirts of Louisville, to the boonies, to the open fields, and see if we can either find some innocent deer frolicking across the countryside, or find a farm that has either some cows or pig or sheep that are not part of the family yet, and you know, reject the family application. And if none of that works, well, we can still start dismantling cars. And that's not out of the table, off the table even. Could we do a quick drive down here? Oh, no, that's all in the neighborhood. I was just thinking, you know, to the side of the neighborhood. I think there's a road somewhere leading somewhere else. We want to be more out in the countryside, right, where we might see some deer. My Louisville map knowledge is kind of betraying me here right now. Oh, this is the road I was thinking of. Could have a drive down there, that's fine. This neighborhood is usually relatively quiet. I mean, if we just, you know, randomly drive through this quiet neighborhood and spot like a barricaded house. Look, this is not scripted. But I gotta, you know. Yes, we want to get the leather, but poor guy wants to get out. We want to get in. I think our goals are kind of aligned. She's gonna get back up. say hi to our little friends here. Let's go. Number 3. Oh, what do we have? Chest rig. European armor in the medieval era. Era. I mean, doubled our hair bow ratio. I can barely see the one on the left side. Okay, so what's this guy's deal here? Firefighter axe, mine. Small backpack with winner scratch ticket. Oh, weren't you the lucky one? Somebody else here also with a hiking backpack? The indigenous armor. And some high highs. So the big question is, do we find anything useful in the kitchen? So at some point in the past I said, you know, if it just says really schematic without anything behind it, it's worthless, but it's actually not. Like, you kind of have to hover over them. Some of them are broken where there's nothing listed. This one, it says some recipes already known. It doesn't say all of them already known. So I'm just gonna read this. Back in here. Who has dirty rags in the oven? That's just a fire risk. Loading book, maybe. Please take the can of oats. Not in that gun case. An M14. You know what? I'm gonna. Second. Left side. That is my right side. Literally unplayable. I'm gonna mark this. If we ever decide, like at the moment, I'm just not feeling the gunplay in build 42. It's kinda, like the biggest problem I have with guns in the current version of the game is that you no longer have any reliable, easy way to level it up. Like back in, in previous versions, there was always the shotgun. Shotgun was useful at low levels. And you could, basically, you were running around with shotgun. You just randomly fire into crowds, get skill ups fairly quickly, and then once you reach level 3 or 4, pistols become viable, and then you can use other weapons. And that was fine for me, right? But now, everything sucks for leveling up in the early levels. And it's super slow and eats a lot of ammo without being effective. Maybe shotguns were a little bit too good. And I'll give you that. totally not getting distracted here today, but we are. Let me actually get some of the stuff that we just looted. Over here. Also, if we're not doing welding, let's put the welding masks away. Decent place to gain entry to the house. Alright. Maybe he played that a little bit more risky than I needed to. Did you just wake up? Thought I heard another one. Okay. Hearing zombie sounds. Coming behind me. That's kind of rude. Paints. Not the skinny ones, but I'll take in those. It's all already known. Another soccer ball for the pets. Have something to play with. Bunch of schematics we already have. And well, you can open a... yeah. Yarn, you know, for our tailoring projects if we really want to continue that. So I'm kind of thinking, since I have some tailoring skills here, we get the metalworking, the smithing up a little bit. We could look at those blacksmithing armors. Just saying. It's an option. Okay, 2 machetes. Fairly certain we have most of these books. But on the other hand, let's just take those. In case we don't have them. Rosewood map. Just remember those annotations. There is my... no, it doesn't give me the buckle recipe. But anyway, everyday smithing, super good book actually. Okay, also good success, I would say. Potentially, we can also use either of those barricaded houses as a little bit of a resting spot here if we want to sleep out here and not drive all the way back to base in case we don't get our original objective done because we wasted too much time being distracted. I mean, that this is not even the right road that I wanted to drive into. I was super surprised how quiet this neighborhood is. I thought there was a cow standing here in the field, but no, that's just a big rock. It's a military checkpoint. Okay. It's kind of hoping that maybe, you know, it's a little bit more open here, not so urban. A little bit of forest. Would have been a nice place for some deer to explore the fields, and then we could have tried to run them down with the car. Of course, I don't have any weapon to shoot deer with. As far as I understand, you know, if you kill something with a vehicle, the amount of meat you get from it is limited, but I'm fairly certain you should still get the full leather, as long as you use a butchering hook. The other thing I'm looking for, well, outside of potential another barricaded house, is really just any car crash with an animal trailer for another chance of some sheep or pig. Like that basically today's episode was a, yeah, we're not doing that what we had originally planned, here's the new plan, and then we ended up not doing that either. And to be fair, okay with that. A little bit of residential building looting, and especially survivor house looting. We haven't had that in a while. Right, Abigail McKay, thank you for your contribution. Sorry it didn't work out for you. Annotated Louisville map. Guns and food in the fart stable. Don't go to the trees. Oh, this is the mounted police building. Alright. Copy those. Right away. We'll take... We just took that. Don't... you know, that's long dates. Long dates reasonably rare. So we probably don't have that anyway. Alright, what do we have back here? Killer 2. Always gotta do Cyber Killer 2. I don't know if I have that movie already, but... Priority loot. Kind of very sad. That knife and a butter knife. Man, survival houses are not what they used to be. Definitely not. I mean, I started scouting the whole neighborhood. We might as well finish it. Oh, there are no zombies on the streets here, out here. He says, just as he comes to the street that has like a lot of zombies in the street. Oh, you're all down here. It's been one meta event, or several meta event sounds that pushed them all down to this part of the neighborhood. Interesting. Yeah, this is kind of what I expected all these streets to be like. Okay. No weird overturned cars, trailers, anything like that. Also no interesting cars in the driveways. Come to an, again, completely empty street with a survivor house. I say. Tell you what I can say. I can certainly not say no. Here. I was looking for a window that only has a single barricade, so it's quicker to unbarricade. And obviously with nobody nearby, that would smack me when I get in. There. That sounded like there's somewhere more than two on the door. Probably door flashed. Box in the middle of the room. What's up with that? Ammunition box. Making book. I'm missing. Don't we usually have like a survivor style zombie with a backpack in these? Had one of the other two. Look, long stick. Sure, I'm not sure what to say. This is I mean, some of these survivor houses we did today were kind of okay, right? And we're also very late in the character, so, you know, a lot of the stuff already being known is one thing. For a fresh character, this would be a gold mine, I guess, still. Taking that. Reloading books. I guess that's that. This is where we started this whole thing. I think this is where we get back out of this neighborhood. Yeah, alright. This leads also to a little bit of a military checkpoint, but most importantly, it leads to a little bit of a more rural area. Camping sites where people were camping out, hoping to get out of the city. Didn't quite make out if there's anything on that pasture. A bunch of chickens up here. Zombies. There's then the big corn maze. Yeah, I think we might have some volunteers here. First of all, let's park it here. Second of all, that runner is not coming after me. The motor shop. You got for me nothing. Let's see if I can convince you to open up a little. Okay, nothing. Just listened. I thought I saw somebody here. Yeah, so look, don't take that personally, but the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the... no, I don't even know. Yeah, I thought so. Let me just double check here what's happening inside. Hey, look, I'm not gonna be proud of this one, but what has to happen has to happen. Completely unfazed by that. Don't worry about me. Just carrying a whole dead bull and eating my salad in between. That here. Those planks. And then we're just gonna gather the leather. The bone. Some butcher skill from this. Let's slice that. Might as well just go inside and then throw it all in the back. Yeah. Now, I was given large level. I'm fairly certain though you can cut large into medium. So we should be fine. Just to be 100% on the safe side. And to not leave any poor lonely cow behind that now would have to survive on her own without her trusty friend to provide for her. Oh, I mean, I was kind of lucky that we got ran across 2 dead cows there, alright? I'm never sure if there's any point actually to doing the whole bleed stuff, as opposed to just butchering the rest. Like, if you have a bucket, you can collect the blood, but there's still nothing you can do with it. Did I just want to pick this up? I wanted to get bones. Although, on second thought, just wanted to get the bones to get the butchering skill. We don't really have a use for the bones. The skull, maybe. We need the brain to tend the leather. Right. I guess gonna drive back home. It's a little bit late, but not too late, and we can just drive up here. Have a look at the madness that's happening there. This farmer's market is always a little bit packed. Because I guess 5 months in, right, the zombie distribution, where the zombies are, is going to be wildly different from what I used to being in LV early in the game. Like, everything shuffles and moves around a little bit, I guess. Yeah, I'm gonna drive back to base, and then we'll see about processing this leather and seeing what else we need to build the advanced forge. And I guess we can also do the advanced furnace in the process. We'll check that in the morning. Alright, we got a fresh morning. We got a thing here. Yeah, we can remove the... What's this? The softening beam with a flashing tool. We can remove any remaining flesh that's on the leather, and then we can remove the fur. And then to tan it in the tanning bowl, we're gonna need tanning thingamabob, lotion, fluid. Should be a bucket of water here, right? Yeah. Make a bowl of 10. Apparently I don't have the water on me. I get to put it in the bowl first. a bowl of brain tan. Go here. Do that. Then do the same process again. Now we're gonna need a large drying rack. Which I hope that we have enough sticks for that. Large leather drying rack. 6 long sticks. We need some twine. Any left here lying around, or do I need to go upstairs? Could be enough. It's always a little bit like the recipe says 8 twine, but that doesn't mean 8 bowls of twine. It means 8 uses of twine. Now, how many uses do you get out of one twine thing? Wouldn't you like to know? Yeah. So wish that would be a little bit clearer sometimes. So now, let's take 2 more. So we have 3 things of twine here, and that is enough. My assumption is that one thing has 5 uses. So let's see if we are left with like 1 full and 1 half-ish full after building this. Yep, okay. 5 uses. Oh, then since we have perfect rainy weather for this, dry our leather. Don't question it. Think about it. It's fine. That's how this works. Alright, 10 crude leather. Then we can leather in half. So what do you think this table is here? What do you mean requires a surface? Why would this table not count as a surface? A little confused. It is updating as, hey, you're moving, you can't do this. Okay, okay, we're gonna cut 1 in half. So finally, after 5 months in the big city, we have some medium leather. This behind. Okay, so let's take another look at the building menu for the advanced furnace and forge. It's mostly about stone blocks. Well, no, we gotta build the bellows. Hello? Planks, 2 medium handles. Okay, that should be fairly easy to do. That. Then we're gonna turn you into medium handles. No. You could even craft both of those. Okay. which have been dropped on the ground, and now they can actually be dropped on the ground and no longer need to be replaced, and it's not going to be awkward. Alright, so we've got the bellows. Now, I really like the setup here, and I think I just want to replace these if I can. Let's see. Anything else we're missing? Cement we got. Stone blocks. 40 stone blocks. Now most of my regular stones have gone into the construction project. Do I have any stone blocks yet left? I've got 9 stone blocks. Now I'm fairly certain if we basically deconstruct the old things, we get some of the materials back. I'm just not sure if we just need to smack it or if there's a disassemble. There's a disassemble. Chance 100%. We smack. It's 15 stone blocks here. Stones, stones, stones. I think I collected most of the nearby stones recently. Oh, there's some baby sheeps out there. Stone blocks. Not sure if I'm going around here collecting. Oh, that's a large stone. Can't pick up. The good old large stone problem. Big question. Can we climb up the sheep rope while ridiculously over encumbered and technically having a large stone in both hands? Nah, it just drops the stone. So the easy solution then is, God, this is a easy solutions when it's actually kind of complicated. We need a surface. Will you work as a surface? Piano stool is 7.5 now. This used to be 2. That's a scam. I've ever seen one. Do I quickly get an easy to transport surface over there on the other side? Alright, let me figure that out. I think I mostly destroyed anything that's in here that could be useful. Alright, I'll go on a little bit of a stone collection. I mean, that is maybe not the most interesting thing to show, and then we'll continue with the construction of this stuff here. Actually, before we do any of that, since we started to make final decisions here, let's continue that. Mr. Forge. I think I need to destroy each part of you, which gave us the anvil back. 2 empty large buckets, even though we used 1 for the construction. I'm not going to question it. And we got 42 stone blocks. Okay. I feel like we got more mats back than we needed to build this in the first place, but I'm not gonna keep track of that. Okay, so we need 70 in total. 42 here. What did we have here? 9? 15. That's 57, and we had 9 in the front. That's 66. So yeah, if we have that large stone from the other side and can smack it down into small pieces, then we're golden. Idea. Slow you down. Come here. Yeah, and then we're just gonna build the crate. And that should count as a surface. We're gonna need... Well, I think if we just have another stone, we use the stone to destroy the stone. Oh, did it look like I was wielding a baseball hammer there, a baseball bat there for a second? Where did that come from? I'm not questioning it too much. Alright. Surface. I think ever since I built the floor here, something got messed up. This used to be my crafting space here, right? That's such... Okay, I'm gonna pick up the table. And then I'm gonna place it down again, and maybe the game realizes, oh, there's a table here. Yep. Actually, use the stones, please, and not the flint. And what do we need? Needed 4 more. Regular stones behind. Give me the stone blocks. Well, it also means, since we got the anvil back, we don't need to get a new anvil. It's 28, so we need 12 from here, please. Yeah, right. Throw the bucket. We're getting there. We're getting our workstations back together. Concrete. Isn't strong. I hope that concrete works instead of clay cement. I'd be very surprised if it didn't. The problem is gonna be that grindstone being a little bit in the way. And I guess we need to move all that other stuff here. You out of the way. Put anything in the box? Not really. Charcoal somewhere over here. because you want to stand at that corner to build it, and we can't do this with the box there. And if you move there, then you're just standing too far away from the bellows. Man, this is... Okay. Let's put the materials that we need to build this in a spot that we can access, right? I want to keep the concrete on me, but we need to be below 10 so we can actually pick up the thing. Bellows. You give it a shot if you can do it here. No, that's too far away from the stones now. Okay, it's fine. Done. Yeah, but so we need to move here. That's fine. Second bellows. What? I could have probably rotated it. Oh, can I? Can I still? Not even sure. Hang on. Highlighting the bellows, not even the furnace. I could smack it down, destroy it, and build it new, because apparently we get all the materials back. I'm not sure I want to take that risk. Forge. Can we can rotate you this way around? I'd like to have you here. So let me just get all this stuff moved over a little bit. Alright, took a little bit of finagling here and moving stuff around. I had to move that crate one over. But now it will do it. We have a nice spot then here, technically, where we are standing next to both stations if we need to do anything. But yeah, then over here, the whole idea was, right? Forge rod into bar. That was the big thing we were missing, and now we can, of course, use steel rods. No, other way. Bar into rod. Yeah, if we use steel bars for this, which we have oodles of, right? Bar into rods. Okay, we need the hammer, we need the coke. I just get rid of all this stuff. A bucket of cement. Also, I should probably get something to drink here. Mason straw can go back inside here. Then we had a... Oh, I guess we used all our cement for this. Okay. Something to eat. Freshen up our water. And the other tools, I think I left them back here. I had to really move everything out of the way a little bit. Just make sure everything is here where we can... Let's actually just drop it here. That should be then in range of both crafting stations, right? That's the forge one here. Cool. Which actually means I might just get a stack of 3 crates in here. So then we have 3 crates that are accessible from both crafting stations. That seems like the best setup. Anyway, we were doing bar into rod. And we can even steal steel bar halves, okay, which is nice, but let's just use the full-on steel bars. Steel bar, and we even get a steel chunk out of it. So give me, like what, 18? How much is this? Will you continue doing 18 while I close this? No, of course not. Bar into rod. Just want to see. Okay, you immediately stop. You're making this way harder than it needs to be. And yeah, can't we do this? And, the window is technically still open. Okay. 17 craft. We're not getting any blacksmithing XP out of this. Well, that's just a scam if I've ever seen one. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the labyrinth of paths that we now have, because the new crafting stations are much bigger, but it is what it is, right? We're gonna go over here, we'll grab our trusted welding gear. The welding rods over here, wonderful. Oh, that work allows us to build 6 more of these, because it takes 3 rods each. And now it's too dark. Not anymore. There's an argument to be made to maybe have a door at the back so we can still easily get into this house. Just assume. Yeah, let's leave one open here. That also lines up with the door. Do we have a doorway? Metal? Door frame. It's like we're out of rods and we're out of... Not fully out of rods. We're out of welding rods, the other rods. Well, on the bright side though, that means we don't only have to collect steel rods if we want to continue building this. But we can also use steel bars, steel bar halves. And hey, maybe we can even make rod halves into full rods now. And I guess as long as we have steel chunks, steel pieces, we can always make new steel bars in the new furnace, right? That should work. So Cast steel bar from iron, even. Oh, finally used for limestone pieces. Scrap. Yeah, any sort of iron we can turn into steel bars. Or from large items we can turn steel bars into steel bars. Oh, look at that. Old brakes. Well, any sort of vehicle brake. Oh, that is suddenly a huge resource on. Also, hey, our sword blades with no tang, we can smell them. Yeah, this is cool. I think that's something I never really realized with the whole ceramic bar mold, ceramic thing. Medium items, all that stuff. Two recipes smelled for medium item. Okay. Well, Operation New Furnace, New Forge. Resounding success, I would say. And no animals were harmed in the making of this. So I'm gonna clean this all a little bit up, get some more storage, see what else we can turn into bars and rods, and we continue our little side project, building a nice garage for various vehicles. But that's gonna be it for today. We'll do more construction. We'll probably still have to dismantle some cars to get more materials, but that's gonna be something that we can do in another episode. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.